Hey guys, it's Koogly again with another video, and this time, as you see in front, I have got the MSI PE62 7RD laptop. I have been using this for about a week now and it's time for a review. So let's get started. Now starting out with the specs for this laptop, it houses an Intel Core i7 7700 HQ, 16 gigs of RAM, that is 2 8GB DIMMs, GTX 1050 4GB GDDR5 graphics card, a 1TB 7200 RPM mechanical hard drive with no SSDs or an M.2 card yet. It sports a full HD display with anti-glare coating and 94% NTSC, 170 degrees wide view panel with almost 100% sRGB coverage. It's their words, not mine. It also has a white backlit keyboard with what MSI calls silver lining print. It's pretty non-gamery look and I like that. One other thing is that it doesn't come with Windows. It came with DOS, just so you guys know. Now from the outside, the laptop is a great looker with brushed aluminum chassis and a great silver color scheme which hides fingerprints better than black. Top has a tastefully offset MSI logo which looks neat. It has a decidedly workhorse look and I like that. I'm pretty tired of all the black and red combos for gaming laptops. The laptop itself is pretty thin. The dimensions are 386 by 258 mm footprint and 24 mm at the thinnest point and 33 mm at the thickest. As you see, it does have a taper, mostly because of the omission of disk drive from the PE62 lineup. I personally don't mind this though, as no one uses a disk drive anymore. On the front we have two speakers on either side flanking the three LED lights corresponding to connectivity options, battery charging indicator and an activity LED. Coming on to the I/O, on the right side we have a USB 2.0 port, mostly used for a mouse, which you should probably be using, an SD card reader which is amazing for people with cameras and other recorders, and a power plug which connects to the beastly brick to power this monster. It's a 19.5 volt 7.7 ampere 150 watt brick and it's a huge brick for power it gives out. I mean, it's almost as thick as the thinnest part of this laptop. Now on the left we have the bulk of the I/O. First we have a Kensington loss, which is always good to have, an Ethernet port, which is always good to see again, a USB 3.0 port, a full-size HDMI port, a mini display port, another USB 3.0 port, a USB 3.1 port, something I just needed to have, separate headphone and microphone jack. Now I want to say kudos to MSI for this layout. I love the positioning of all the USB ports. Both the USB 3 ports are spaced well apart so that we can connect multiple USB devices with huge hunk of connectors at the same time without interfering with the other. So kudos to MSI for thinking that through. I'm really surprised why other manufacturers has not taken follow this. On the back you have this gorgeous prestige styling flanked by the exhaust ports. On the underside we have the common if not appealing plastic base with cutouts for fans and the woofer. Yes, it comes with a woofer. Unfortunately the laptop is not upgradable without voiding the warranty. You cannot remove the back panel without tearing up the sticker. Although I cannot check this out, there is supposedly an M.2 slot for faster PCIe SATA based storage, not NVMe, for faster storage in the future. Now getting inside, you are greeted with a gorgeous backlit keyboard which is more blue than white if I'm honest, but it is a great looking package nonetheless. The display is a full HD display with almost 100% sRGB calibration. That is what MSI says in their website. I don't have the tools to measure that though, so you have to take their word for it. It also has various color modes called Color Boost, which has a dedicated button to cycle through various modes available, which is an interesting touch. The keyboard layout is great with full-size keys, no hack jobs except for the position of delete key swapped with the pause break key. It's just plain annoying after a while. It has a decent number pad also, and the number lock and caps lock lights are besides the respective area to avoid confusion. great. The deck does have a fair amount of flex, which is unfortunate. The keys themselves are pretty decent. They are more clicky than the ones I am using right now on my Lenovo Y510P, and it does have a lot more key wobble than I would have liked. That's my main complaint about this keyboard. It doesn't feel very premium when typing. It does have a little bit of noise to it, and what's with the font on the keys? It doesn't go very well with the non-gamer aesthetics that the rest of the laptop has. It's just sad. The trackpad has a textured surface, so you will not be having any issues finding it in the dark. It uses Synaptic drivers. I would have preferred Windows Precision drivers because I have used both of them and I think Precision drivers are much better. In any case, the trackpad does do its job well. I like the separate left and right buttons, but that's just a preference thing. Palm detection is not very good, and that is one of the Synaptic problems which I faced with other laptops also. Furthermore, I personally think you should be using a mouse with this anyway. Now, using it as a daily driver, it's a surprisingly competent offering. The i7 with 4 cores and 8 threads zips through tasks with relative ease, and the GTX 1050 is great for casual and even light gaming on AAA titles at high and very high settings. The thermals were mostly under control. When idling, no issues at all, everything works. There is a boost button on the laptop which puts the fans into high gear, which ramps up the fans to provide better cooling. The laptop also does this automatically when required, but it's nice to have the option to manually do it too. But beware, when in boost mode, it is louder than a jet taking off. Okay, maybe not that much, but the two tiny little fans ramping up does cause the audio levels to be substantially higher. Here, have a listen. And the speakers were kind of disappointing too at first. Then I installed the Nehemic drivers and there is a noticeable difference in audio quality. It's much fuller and has a bigger soundstage with the drivers.
Now I'm the fool while you're breaking rules. Dangerous path that I follow.
But it still doesn't beat a Bluetooth speaker, so here's a clip. Now with that howling fans, the thermals are in fact kept really under control at all times. At no point during the benchmark was the temperature over 54 degrees, and that was with Furmark running for quite some time, and comparing that to my 3-year-old laptop which idles at about 55 degrees, it's pretty amazing. It's also interesting to note that at no point was the surface of the laptop ever hot, neither the keyboard nor the palm rest area. All the hot air was being evacuated through the rear vents, and that is a really good design. The battery is not the best by any stretch of imagination. It's not a removable unit, it's a fixed one. I fired up Battery Eater Pro and it drained the battery in about 33 minutes to under 8% from 100. But it is a gaming laptop, and just note you won't be doing any high intensity tasks too far away from the power outlet. Now the laptop doesn't support Windows Hello, and that was a bummer, and the webcam quality is usable at best. Here's a clip of the webcam. So yeah, the camera, it's okay. It works out. It can get you through the important Skype call which you need to do, but it's a 720p camera, nothing special going on, and even the microphone you might be able to see, not very good. Now the laptop is surprisingly great at performing in everything which I threw at it. Now you have to keep in mind I am comparing this to my 3-year-old laptop, the Lenovo Y510P, at the time which was a similarly priced laptop. I did try Cinebench and the scores are on the screen. It's pretty respectable for the laptop. Next is Unigen Heaven. It is also running right now. It also did pretty well. Here are the benchmark results. Now a few games. First of all, Rise of Tomb Raider, and it was great. The settings were at very high with anti-aliasing at SMAA. Then I moved to GTA 5 and here is a clip of just playing the game. It was always about 60 FPS at all times, and that was amazing. Then the game which I play the most, The Witcher, a game which I've never experienced at the beauty it could behold. And sure, I was able to play almost at all settings at very high. Of course, the hair was disabled. It was around 45 FPS, which I think it is pretty playable for most part. And that is it. Back when I bought the Y510P, it couldn't play the AAA titles at the full resolution. I had to reduce the resolution to be able to play at playable rates. But right now, I am playing these games at full 1080p and I'm having a great experience. That just shows how much the price to performance has gone up in recent years, and I'm really happy for that. Now the conclusion. I have already said this, I love this laptop. It's a phenomenal package for the price. It feels premium, looks great. It does have its share of problems, mainly the keyboard is unimpressive. It gets really loud under load, and the display doesn't really get bright enough for outside use. And another interesting thing which I'll notice is that other MSI laptop about at the same price, the PE62 7RD Leopard, which is a 15 to 20% increase in price for what I'm getting. The extra stuff is basically a black gamery chassis, a colored keyboard, and optical drive which no one uses right now. So I think that is a good deal on this one. Now this one is a gaming laptop disguised as a business laptop. At least I thought so at first, but it's not a business laptop. It doesn't have the essential VGA connector which all those boardroom uses. So I think this is a budget gaming laptop with an amazing package, and honestly I really recommend this for anyone who wants to play casually all the games at very high settings, and that is what I'm doing right now. It's a great package and I really like this. So yeah, I guess that much is it about this video then. Hope you guys liked the video. Please share, subscribe and like the video if you found it useful. See you guys next time. Bye.